In these next 2 or 3 videos I've got coming up, I'm in the most amazing place called Assynt, and it's north of Scotland. Now I fully intend to photograph very familiar places and places that are not quite so familiar. But the good thing about wandering around and spending lots of time at a certain place is that you can explore, and that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Nothing beats a holiday where you don't plan every shot. You just pack everything in the car, your warm clothes, your food, your hot flask and your drinks, etc, etc, and you just go for a wander, head in a rough old direction, and anything that catches your eye you just pull over and capture. Oh, I just love it. That is what we've got coming up in these next series of 3 videos. But I'll tell you though, I'm bloody freezing. Now as far as waterfalls go, if you can hear me, that's not a bad one. Time for the obligatory selfie. This is Glencoe Beach. Look at that. What a famous area to shoot if you want to come in, capture some waves crashing, etc, etc. But yeah, looking forward to this. We've really been up against the weather, I have to tell you. Really up against it. And Sod's law dictates the very second you sit down in the van, the rain stops. The minute you get out of the van, the rain absolutely pees it down, shall we say, assists down with rain. So it's been quite challenging. Does anybody else ever find themselves in this situation? You know where you're going, your feet are likely to get wet, so you put your wellies on, but then your wellies are treacherous to walk over rocks with. They're really super slippery. So it's that conundrum of whether you put your boots on so you know it's safe to walk on, but you're likely to get your feet wet, or dry feet but slippery as hell. Jesus. So what I'm trying to do on this video throughout my time at Assynt is trying to grab as many big vista shots as I can. The mindset is going to be pictures for the office wall or pictures for the wall in general. You're still going to think compositionally wise, and realistically it's about not necessarily that letterbox landscape shot from left to right, but I want to think outside the box and look for the big vista shots. But whoa, not sure if you can hear me, but it's blowing a hoolie. Stinging my eyes. I'm blowing an absolute. Have I mentioned it's blowing a hoolie? I can't even open my eyes. But unless this camera breaks down, I'll turn the camera around so you guys can look at what I'm seeing now. It is absolutely breathtaking. Breathtaking. Are you not happy? Are you not happy? It's blowing a hoolie in it, mate. What's up, mate? What's up? What's up? Oh, cool. Oh, check that. Ah, how awesome's that? Have you got any food to give him?
Just like fisherman's friends. Go away.
Give him a fisherman's friend.
No, that's cruel. Get right.
Going to start attacking me soon.
You bite your leg. You bite your leg.
I know.
He's squaring up.
Right, go beat your horn, go.
Beep your horn. Just push him out.
Yeah,
Oh, he only weighs 3/4 of a ton.
Go.
Look at his eye. He's
Go,
got a glint in his
go.
eye. He's after you, Tony.
Go, get up, get up, get up. Get up.
Giddy up. That's Stour Lighthouse. That has to be probably the prettiest lighthouse I've ever seen, but it's pretty much covered by 360 degrees of cliff edge. Absolutely delightful place, but something tells me I'm not going to get any shots here tonight. Day 6 in Scotland, and that's the first time we've had any glimpse of the sun, and now it's pigging freezing. We go from moaning at one thing straight on to moaning at another thing. Wow, first thing in the morning, what an amazing view. That's Stag Polly up there, so it just goes to show, if you know this area well at all, that's a very, very prominent mountain that stands so proud in this area, and of course it's just not visible at all. So I think just like yesterday where we managed to grab a couple of shots, the primary objective today is to look for those really office wall shots. I mentioned it yesterday, but just in case you didn't hear me yesterday because the wind was howling a gale, what I mean by office wall shots, I just mean those shots that you're likely to print and put on your wall somewhere, wherever, to for it to display nice and proud. And more often than not, they're always just of pretty landscapes like this, not necessarily honeypot locations, but pretty landscapes that look like this. There you go. Now the problem obviously we're faced with is the very second you set up your tripod, the very second you start taking pictures, the rain starts coming down. It's just been an absolute nightmare for us. It really is becoming very, very difficult. I could put up with most things, but this constant rain for pretty much a week solid is driving me insane. Despite the fact that my primary objective is to try and grab as many vista shots as I can, office wall hanging shots as I can. I've got the big lens out simply because it's got a big hood on it. That way I don't have to mess around with filters. I don't have to worry about trying to take a 6, 7, 8, 9 pano shot. So I'll do the opposite with that handheld photography. Zoom in and let's see if I can capture maybe some more of the intimate, detailed shots. I released a video last week. When I say last week, I haven't actually released it yet, but by the time I get back I'm going to release that, then release this one. So to you guys it'll be last week. But anyway, I went down south to interview a very, very nice chap, guy called Mike Brown, big influencer on YouTube, and just a general all-round nice guy, obviously professional photographer, but really super guy. When I was down there trying to make a vlog and the wind was horrendous and all the elements were against me, so I created a video just to remind us at times like this, and I'm saying this to you now because I'm using this as a reminder to me. Sometimes when things don't always go to plan, as in now, you still have to respect the fact that you're out and you're having a great time, you're not in work, and you're thoroughly enjoying, you know, the elements. At the end of the day, what would you rather be doing? Sat in an accountant's office? Apologies, by the way, to any accountants out there. I'm certainly not saying this to be derogatory towards you guys, but sometimes you need a slap in the face and a wake-up call to remind you, hey, you know, not only is this an amazing thing to do on a weekend, an amazing thing to do, you know, on a trip, but to do this as a job is just the most amazing thing ever. And sometimes you have to slap yourself on the face, and it's a bit of a wake-up call just to make you realize that, you know, Jesus Christ, there's far worse places to be. There really is. It's freezing cold, the wind's starting to get up again, and rain on and off, but it doesn't really matter. We're here for about 5 days, so the weather is due to break ever so slightly, and we'll have to make the most of it. So I can't really moan at that anymore. I released that video just really showing what this is about, more than it is about taking pictures. I'm making reference, of course, to the experience of landscape photography. Okay, I set my alarm early this morning. We've had a bit of a drive to get here, but now we're walking in the fresh air. We're taking in the most amazing views all around us, and we are in a fantastic place called Assynt in Scotland. I mean, really, there you go. That's my slap in the face. A nice little composition. It's not so much the composition really, it's the fact is I've just clumbered down behind this wall just to get a bit of respite from the breeze that's blowing quite considerably this way, and the rain as well. It's giving me a little bit of shelter, but yeah, quite nice shot from here, shooting off into the mountains in the background that you can't see because of the low-lying mist. But I'm desperately trying to get my 15 stop filter on as well, because this week I wanted to do some shots with my 15 stop filter. I bought a 15 stop filter probably about 6 months ago, and I think I've used it maybe once or twice, so I don't even know if it's any good. But yeah, it's a Lee one, so I'm guessing it'll be okay. But I'm trying to use it this week, and surprisingly I am really struggling. Anyway, back to this composition. It's quite nice. Got a rock on the left hand side, all the crashing waves up, leaning on the right hand side, like I say, all the way up into the mountains in the background. Nothing too special, it looks okay, and all I'm trying to do now is rattle off a few shots to try and get my timing right, because the waves are bashing up. Obviously we want to try and capture the shot as the wave is receding, leaving all these bright veil trails, what I call them, and that generally works out really well. And yeah, it's going quite well, but it's kind of wave after wave after wave, so it's very difficult to get one wave up then one wave back. They seem to be overlapping, but yeah, I quite like this. It's quite nice. Beautiful place under the right conditions here. Wow, it's just a photographer's paradise, it really is. Very nice shot. Utilising these rocks, if you can see them here, utilising these rocks as foreground interest, because there's a few diagonals and a few lines leading you straight out, and a bit of 10 stop action because I do like it. I mentioned earlier I want to try my 15 stop filter, but there's just no way, not with this wind. I just don't want to risk it. So 10 stop on, 2-minute exposure, something around about f11. I'll put the information on the bottom of the picture if I'm happy and decide to process this particular shot. But yeah, I do like this, very, very nice indeed. And more importantly than that, it looks as if it's starting to clear. Still exploring, still driving around the island. In my rear view mirror, I caught that road there, leading back onto the mountain range that's just starting to become visible through the mist and the low cloud and all the rest of it. And now, for the first time in, how long has it been? 7 days? 6 days? That's the first time that we've seen the sun. And now within minutes we're complaining about the damn sun lighting our eyes and all the rest of it. You can't win, can you? But look at that. Pulled over, I've grabbed a couple of pano shots, including a couple of pano shots with my 100mm lens as well. So I want ultimately a really, really narrow, really, really long letterbox shaped image, and I think that could be rather special. I don't know why, but the lads have taken to shooting backlit sheep. Oh well, when in Rome. For anybody that's followed my channel for a good while, you'll know I've struggled 3 times to try and capture the sea and wheels. And the reason why I struggled to capture the sea and wheels 3 times after press is because, like a Burke, I've been travelling to around about the Sunderland area up on the northeast coast, when realistically, after all this time of searching, they're here in Assynt, and everybody must have kept that a secret from me. Shame on you. We're going to attempt to pick these wheels up, the things that lads do when they've got a bit of time on their hands. We're going to attempt to pick these wheels up, put them in the water and replicate the sea on wheels shot. The problem is, the sea's pretty damn calm. Have you noticed every time I'm about to take a picture, it's always the case of the problem is. The problem right now, honestly, can't believe it. 6 days solid, rain, snow in Glencoe, got the van stuck. It was that bad. Yeah, really was that bad. And now 6 days later the sun's come out for the first time and is now a bit of pain in the backside. don't you just love landscape photography? Much heavier than they look. Much heavier. Obviously I had the heavy bit because I had like 2/3 of it, and them two just at the edges. Right, that's it. Gonna call a halt to that. Call that a wrap as far as the video is concerned. We've got another 4 days left in Assynt, and then maybe one more day heading back down south. Might stop off and do a few more shots at Glencoe, but yeah, okay. Take a look at these images, let me know what you think, let me know what your favourite is, but tomorrow morning I'll make a part 2 of this video, so if you've watched this and you've enjoyed it and you like the pictures that's about to come up, then watch part 2 as well, possible part 3, I'm not quite sure, it depends on how exciting tomorrow is going to be. I think tomorrow I'm going to give myself a 15 stop challenge. I think that's going to be tomorrow's plan. Right, that's it, thanks for watching, cheers, good night.